This is the new Vortex Tri-Surface 20, and basically it's a 20-inch stainless steel beast that's going to help us cleaning in a lot of different ways. So you have your typical surface cleaner with the rotation underneath of all the different elements, and what it does is it spins underneath 3 different nozzles, and you'll see how well that works. But the problem is that loosens the dirt, but it also kind of keeps it contained underneath. What we've done is integrated a 4 nozzle broom on the front, and that broom has nozzles in it that are all quick connect nozzles, all stainless steel components. And then we also have 2 corner nozzles, and these are blasting nozzles. So in order to power these 2 different elements, we need to have 2 guns, which this has, so a right hand gun and a left hand gun. And what we'll do is actually show you how that works in action. So the Tri-Surface 20 actually has some really unique features that a lot of other competitors don't have. And number one is that we have the stainless steel fittings here, and we can change out each one of those nozzles. So on a lot of the brooms that you'll have today, they don't have nozzles that can be changed. So once you get a nozzle plugged up, it's going to be a real pain to try to clean it up. With ours, you can just take some extra nozzles, pop a new one in, and keep working until you get back to your shop, and then you can clean out those nozzles if you want to spend the time and make them work again. The other thing is that when we did our first pass here, you'll notice it was very tough to get close to the wall, so it was quite dirty. And then what we did is we used our corner edge cleaner here, and this one again, you can change out the nozzles. But with that, when we use that, we were able to get right against the wall and clean it up quite a bit. So I'll show you how that looks. Okay, today what I'm going to do is try a couple of attachments with this Vortex electric pressure washer. This pressure washer is about 2 gallons, pretty close to 2 gallons per minute, and about 2,000 psi. And I'm going to try washing a car here. And I'm going to do this with a foaming bottle. And I've got a new attachment called a rotating turbo nozzle. It's a turbo nozzle that's basically a lot less pressured. And I'm going to try that on in just a minute here and see if I can work off some of the dirt on the car without doing any damage to the paint. A regular turbo nozzle is much too violent for this, but I think this particular turbo nozzle I'm going to show you here in a minute will work pretty well. First, let's soap up the car. So it looks like this did a pretty good job, and I'm going to use my absorber, and I'll be able to tell real quick as I'm wiping down the car if there's any black grime or grit that gets on this. But when I look at the windows and stuff, they look to be pretty squeaky clean. So I'm going to take the absorber, which works really well, and I'm going to wipe this down. Even the wheels look to be pretty good and pretty clean. There's not a lot of extra brake dust on them or anything like that. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at the 4000 Hot from Vortex, and there are a lot of great features on this. First of all, we have these forklift channels, so it's very easy to pick up, put in the back of a pickup truck. You can use everything here, so if you're renting one, you throw it in the back of a pickup, you don't have to have a forklift to take it out. You just flip down the gate and use it right from there. Super low center of gravity. The tank, 13 gallons, you can use it all day long and not have to refill the diesel. Underneath here, we have solid tires all the way around, casters in the front, which are very cool, makes it easy. We use Beckett burners. Horizontal coils here. So this is really interesting. Many of these sit upright and all of the air goes out the top. So it accelerates just like a chimney. With this, we are able to keep the heat into the coils longer. It's more effective for the heating and burns less fuel over time because it doesn't use it quite so quick and it's not exhausting out that chimney. The other thing we use is the full-blown Honda GX390 here with electric start. Just to show you how easy it is to move this around. Super simple. And again, that low center of gravity really helps out, so it's not flipping over and it's making it easy for people to use it. And the other thing here is we have our hose reel. The hose reel is adjustable very easily. You can flip it, turn it 90 degrees anyway, and what that allows you to do is keep the hose away from the exhaust, which could burn the hose and could be very dangerous if you're out on the job and all of a sudden you have a hose that's been burned through. We also have the Raycor filters, so these are removable fuel filters. One of the biggest problems with a hot water pressure washer is you're going to get gunk in your injectors, right? So in the burner itself, if you're not keeping that fuel clean, you're going to have problems. So you want to clean these often, and it's kind of a pain to clean many of them, but we have just removable Raycor, pop it on, pop it off. It's a 5-second job, and you move on to your next deal. So those are some great features on the Vortex 4000 Hot. If you have any questions, go to vortexx.com and you can check it out. If you don't have a pressure washer with the different nozzle connections, you can use what we call a Vari-Spray. And what this does is by rotating this, you can change basically the pattern of the spray, okay? The other thing you can do though is this, you can see here it pops in and out. When you pop it out, it acts like the black soap nozzle, okay? So what that allows us to do when you pop it out is the same thing as here, but now you can adjust your spray pattern all in one with the black soap nozzle. When you pop this out, it actually creates that suction. So today we're going to take a look at cleaning a boat, and I haven't tried these two attachments yet. This is actually a new attachment. It's called a deck cleaner. It's a roto deck cleaner, so it's like a roto jet, except for it's actually a much softer spray pattern, and there's a 0-degree nozzle that actually spins inside of here, so that's pretty cool. We're going to give that a try. Today we're using a professional electric Vortex. This is a great unit. It's actually hot water capable. We're not running hot water through it today. But this is a great unit, and you'll see how quiet it is. It's an easy on, easy off situation. And if I want to, I can actually remove this top part and take it onto the boat without the rolling cart. However, today I'm going to leave it on here on the dock for now. The other thing I'm going to use is something that we call a foaming bottle. So this basically is a foaming bottle, and what it's going to do is help us disperse the foam and a very little bit of soap, but it's going to go a long way because it's going to foam up real good, and you can see in a second how that works. And I've never used either of these attachments on a boat, so we'll see how it goes. Took a little while. It was our spring cleaning, getting the boat all the grime off from sitting in storage all winter. But I tell you what, I am really impressed with this little guy right here. This is this new deck cleaner, and usually I'm very nervous about using something on the boat that is going to do damage to the non-skid. But did a great job. As you can see inside here, it's got this little spinning head, and basically what that does is it fans out a 0-degree nozzle and does just a really nice job on the non-skid on the boat, which is tough to do. And I'm telling you, it's a lot easier than scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing with a scrub brush. So, at any rate, this is a pretty successful day. Our Vortex professional pressure washer, and boat's all ready now to go out and do some boating tomorrow and have some fun. Okay, what we'd like to demonstrate now is actually a really unique attachment. It's a sandblast kit. It's a wet sandblast kit, and something that a lot of people don't realize you can do with a pressure washer, but you can actually go ahead and, just like sandblasting, you would do dry, but it's wet. And one of the benefits of this is that you actually don't have all the dust residue floating around. So if you're in an area where you're worried about getting everything dusty, the wet sandblasting can work quite well. Today we're going to be using this Vortex gear drive pressure washer. It is a 4,000 psi, 4 gallon per minute pressure washer. We have a 100-foot hose attachment here to make it very easy to use and reel up that hose, which can be unwieldy at times. And basically what the gear reduction does is it allows the pump to run at 50% of the speed of the engine. And that's going to mean that the pump, which is the most fragile part of a pressure washer, is going to last twice as long, hypothetically. So this is a great unit to use if you're doing professional stuff on an ongoing basis. One of the things you want to definitely make sure when you do the sandblasting kit is to wear those safety goggles, because you're going to have some kickback from the sand, and also the dirt or anything that's flying off, any debris that's flying off can hit you in the eye real quick. So safety goggles are a must when using a sandblast kit. All you have to do is at the end of your gun or your wand here, you're going to connect this quick connect fitting. And over here, we're going to take this pickup, and this is just ordinary play sand. The finer the sand, usually the better. You can stick that in the bucket like that, or start up the pressure washer, and we'll show you a little bit how this works on this old rusty cage here. Next here we have, this is a gutter cleaning attachment. And basically what it is, it's a curved attachment, and what we do is we attach it at Vortex to a 70-inch lance. So when you're standing on the first floor, you can easily reach the gutters on the first floor, and with the ladder you can get up to the second floor pretty easily as well. And what I typically will use is a 40-degree tip on that, and that 40-degree tip does a pretty good job of putting a lot of air and dispersing the flow of the water pretty widely, which helps create quite a bit of suction and blowing. So at the same time as you're moving debris out of the gutter, you're also clearing it with quite a bit of water to flush it down. Just make sure you don't forget these safety glasses, because there's going to be some debris flying out of the gutter up here that could come down and hit you in the eye. So the Tri-Surface 20 actually has some really unique features that a lot of other competitors don't have. And number one is that we have the stainless steel fittings here, and we can change out each one of those nozzles. So on a lot of the brooms that you'll have today, they don't have nozzles that can be changed. So once you get a nozzle plugged up, it's going to be a real pain to try to clean it up. With ours, you can just take some extra nozzles, pop a new one in, and keep working until you get back to your shop, and then you can clean out those nozzles if you want to spend the time and make them work again. If you have high areas that need to clean and hard to reach areas, we have extended wands here, and this is actually an extension that goes up to 18 feet. So a great way to, again, reach in those places up high in a home if you're doing some cleaning for a customer and you want to make sure that you're getting everything done up at the tops of the eaves, let's say, on the second level, etc. And then the last but not least, for sure, is some goggles, which these are not Vortex specific, but they are very important to always wear eye protection when using a pressure washer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to clean up this fall and winter mess here and get this pool cleaned up. What we're going to use is the sludge cleaner with our Vortex pressure washer. It's pretty cool because basically it's a very simple apparatus, and what happens is on this male quick connect here, you're going to connect the end of your wand, and we have an extension pole we'll show you in a few minutes as well, so you can get a good reach to the middle of the pool. But when it connects on here, basically what it's going to do is it's going to shoot the water in to this area here, and it's going to create a vacuum, and that water pressure is going to suck all the water along with it. Once the flow gets going, you'll see that this thing can pump quite a bit of water in a very short period of time. So the first one we're going to use is what we call a foaming bottle. It's a pretty simple attachment. It allows a mixture of air and liquid to go through, and you can adjust the air and liquid that goes through this bottle. So basically what we have today is some clean solution in here that is specifically designed for doing windows. Okay, and you can adjust the air amount and the water or liquid amount that goes through this bottle right here. Okay, so today I'm going to give a try of the Roto deck cleaner that Vortex has got on this chair. It's a pretty weathered teak chair, and we're going to see how the Roto deck cleaner working with this is with actually a professional electric, so it's a 2000 psi, about 2 gallons a minute pressure washer. We'll see how this comes out, and hopefully we can get these looking new again. Okay, so just like that, I went from a dingy, gross-looking gray teak chair to this nice blonde, honey-looking teak. I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna put some teak oil on it, and I should be good for quite a while. And you can see here, there's no damage done to the teak whatsoever with that 0-degree turbo nozzle, which is actually, we call it our deck cleaning nozzle. And like I said, it's very, very safe for the wood. It does a great job of getting in all the nooks and crannies very easily because of the spiral motion in it. And you can find those at www.vortexpressurewashers.com, and that's with 2 X's. The first accessory I'm going to go through today is using this surface cleaner here, and what this is going to allow us to do is clean these large areas very quickly. Similar to the surface cleaner is our 4-nozzle broom, which works extremely well to do decks, but also when you're trying to move media. The nice thing about this as compared to a surface cleaner is that it actually allows you to push the debris towards the edge of the cement or whatever surface you're cleaning, whereas the surface cleaner, because it captures the water underneath, doesn't do quite a good job as moving debris aside. So sometimes I'll work in tandem with the surface cleaner and then the broom to push the debris aside. Alright, so the way that the turbo nozzle works is it's actually very similar to a pressure washer tip, but what it does is take a 0-degree tip and it actually rotates it and gives you great blasting power. So this is good for cleaning brick surfaces or cement, but you want to be careful not to get too close, and sometimes on wood products it'll actually leave a swirling look, which you can get rid of, but it's just something to take in consideration.